How is it going, guys? We are back with the Death of Spider-Man issue 154, and it's still the prelude. It's still going to be Peter Parker's birthday. It's kind of weird and sad at the same time because Peter Parker dies like just after his birthday. So, yeah. Anyway, this issue is picking up from pretty much what happened last issue with the giant explosion from the Zodiac key that Mysterio fired off. So, if you remember, it was aimed at Iron Man and Spider-Man, and we didn't know whether they survived or not. So, let's go and find out. Alright, just to give you guys a quick recap of what is actually going on. If you remember, Gwen Stacy's been living with Peter Parker and Aunt May ever since her dad died, and MJ and Peter Parker have broken up, and Peter actually started dating Gwen. Peter and Gwen actually broke up eventually, and then Gwen ran away from home and she was gone for like quite some time, and now she's back, and that's why Mary Jane is so surprised that she's seen Gwen there. And of course, Gwen is still living with Peter and Aunt May, so it's kind of like living with an ex-boyfriend, so it's kind of awkward between Mary Jane and Gwen because, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's just awkward. But then there's this massive explosion coming from Mysterio, Iron Man and Spidey ever since he shot that Zodiac key at him. And basically, Iron Man defended it like a boss. But one thing that it did do was it took all the power from Iron Man's suit to defend himself from that kind of energy source. So, yeah, basically Iron Man is useless right now. Mysterio eventually gets the chance to shoot the Zodiac key at Iron Man again now that he's defenseless, and basically just obliterates his Iron Man armor off his body. Like, what the hell? Have you seen this? Completely straight off him, it basically just knocks Tony Stark out of the fight, and then Spider-Man and Black Cat are left to fight Mysterio. Anyway, Spidey actually picks up the Zodiac key, and obviously he doesn't understand the power that he's holding in his hand right now. One thing I love about the Ultimate Spider-Man comics is just the humour between each character. Like, you can see Spider-Man and Mysterio just like, even though they're in a serious situation, Mysterio and Spider-Man still have like this humorous talk between each other, which is awesome. And of course, Mysterio and Black Cat are like fearing for their lives right now because Spider-Man is holding such an enormous power that they basically just both lunge at him, and Spider-Man just basically beats the crap out of both of them. Now you can see by Black Cat's face that she's full on fearing for her life right here. Like, obviously she's scared of it, Mysterio is obviously scared of other people using it, and then you just get Spider-Man that just doesn't know what the hell he's doing with it. So it's basically like putting a gun in a child's hand, I suppose. I think it's really important to remember that where they are standing is where Black Cat's house was. So basically Black Cat is homeless now, if you think about it. Her house, her street, as you can see by the surrounding buildings, there is nothing left. Everything is just absolutely obliterated, and it's all because of this Zodiac key. Because all you have to do is think of one negative thing, like, I want to kill you, and you will die. Anyway, moving on, so we get this awesome sequence of Spider-Man fighting Mysterio, Mysterio fighting Black Cat fighting Spider-Man, and they're all fighting each other in this awesome sequence that they're going through. And it's all because of this Zodiac key. Now, I might as well tell you this now, because it's the Death of Spider-Man, they actually brought back some of the artists that had already worked on the Ultimate Spider-Man comics previously. So Mark Bagley was the main artist for Ultimate Spider-Man, and he actually left the comic at issue 111, if I remember correctly. And they actually brought him back to draw the front cover for issue 155, which is the next issue. And then, at about issue 157, Mark Bagley actually comes back to draw those final 3 issues of the Death of Spider-Man. So when we go to around issue 157, 158, you'll notice that the art has changed and stuff. And yeah, it's awesome because Mark Bagley is my favourite artist for like the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Also, along with Sarah Pichelli, if that's how you pronounce her name. She's awesome at drawing the Miles Morales comics, and she is actually one of my favourite artists as well for any comics. But yeah, so getting back into the Ultimate Spider-Man comic here, we actually have Tony Stark come back without his Iron Man armour and actually runs up to Electro and rips out this thing. Because if you remember me telling you, Mysterio is actually just an avatar sent from the 616 universe by the 616 Mysterio. And if you guys don't actually understand what I just said, then Tony Stark actually just explained it to Spider-Man anyway, so you guys should be all like caught up with that and everything. But anyway, moving on. So Tony Stark takes the Zodiac Key for further research, and it turns out that Tony Stark actually wants Spider-Man working for him because he's like so intelligent, and obviously he's going to be such an incredible hero when he's older. Too bad he doesn't make it to that considering he dies, but him and Black Cat basically just spend the rest of the time helping survivors out of the rubble until S.H.I.E.L.D. arrives. And of course, at the end of the day, he goes back to Mary Jane's, and if you remember, Mary Jane and Peter are broken up, but they still love each other as well. It's kind of more because him being Spider-Man puts her in danger, but this is kind of like them rekindling that flame between them, which is awesome. And yeah, so this is where the issue ends, and the next issue is Peter Parker's birthday. So that's going to be interesting to see. But until then, I'm going to be giving this comic about an 8 out of 10. I still don't like the art with Spider-Man. Everything else is awesome. I like the art of Spider-Man, but I just think he's too small. And yeah, pretty much everything else is awesome. The story was awesome, especially that little thing at the end with Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of the death of Ultimate Spider-Man, and we can have a discussion if you want. But tell me your ideas of like what you would have rather happen to him. Would you have rather him survive or something? I don't know. We can also have a discussion on Twitter. If you go to the link in the description, you can follow me on Twitter there as well. And finally, don't forget to hit the like button if you like my video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more. And of course, I will see you guys in my next video.